We are live. Okay, folks. Hello. Hello. I
Uh,
think you can hear both of us now. In the chat, if you can hear me, give a thumbs up. And Billy, why don't you introduce yourself? I think we solved some of the audio issues.
I'm Billy. I'm on Discord Billy Jitsu. I am the lead dev and somehow project manager behind this whole thing. I mean, like, what can I say? I mean, it's been like a crazy experience on here, from some like random forum posts on the One High forums to, saying, hey, like, who's the lead dev? And then, everybody kind of just pointed at me and said, you are. So it became this whole thing of like, all right, let's do this. So the idea was, hey, let's. My biggest complaint was, what does One Hive do? What like where are they going? Like, nobody knew. It's like such a big ecosystem of so many things going on at the same time, that it's really hard to figure out what it was. So the idea was to, let's grab some of those communities, let's make a profile picture project, and let's include them. My short story is, like, I discovered One Hive through X-Pollinate. I was trying to move, chain to chain, and there's this one little bee logo in the corner. I'm like, well, what's that? And I checked it out, and then I fall into this deep rabbit hole of, what One Hive does, and that led me into Bright ID, and then I had to get Bright ID verified. And as I work more and more in this project, I'm like, okay, well, now TEC Commons came in. I was like, well, I've never even heard of TEC Commons. So now I'm over there with Griff, checking out the parameter parties and things like that. And it was because that one little icon and that one little thing, that's what kind of brought me through this whole ecosystem. So the goal of this one was to, like, represent the communities that, One Hive deals with, and, like, kind of expose or, like, just showcase what they do. Right now, if you're following our Twitter, which I think is like One Hive NFB, that's horrible. I should have been ready for that, but I'll get that right now. But we're actually having a Bright ID contest. So right now, if you get Bright ID verified, join the Discord, follow their Twitter. We're going to be picking a winner. We're also showcasing the Bright ID's, information, like what they do. Like, people are like, what's Bright ID? And, like, there's even, like, they're not the only ones that don't even have the Bright ID parties. Like the royal paper guys, like the rainbow rolls, they have Bright ID parties too. I didn't know that. There's also a good PFP project for the community and medical debt. So it's like just so intermixed, so intertwined of so many things that we have going on. Like gardens, like, and then Bright ID even has the gardens. Like, I'm just like going off pivots everywhere because it's hard to, like, even contain, like, what everything's going on at the same time in this crazy space. So, I mean, nitty gritty. Like, people are here, like, they want to know what the NFBees is. Okay, so details. Only 3,333 NFTs will ever be minted. So, like, that's a small run, right? We have artists from different communities. I'm leaking alpha here of who's in, but most people, like, that have been following kind of know. But we have obviously One Hive, we have Agave, we have X-Type Punks, which could be Gnosis Punks, not sure. We have TEC Commons. We have Shapeshift, which was a huge one. And gosh, am I missing somebody? I'm trying to think here. I'm going to go to the website and just in case. But so each artist is, like, representing. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, maybe Lewis. Oh, no. Okay. Just making sure.
I don't know if he's talking about you.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's okay. Like, each artist has their own vision of how they do things. So it's a capped. So it's not like we have, like, one artist and there's going to be 3,000 versions of, like, one eyeball here, one's a blue eye, one's a brown eye, and you're happy that you got the yellow-eyed one or anything. It's in the vision of, like, each artist. Right. So there's only going to be a max per artist, 460 generated arts. Right. Then there's also a factor of male to female ratio. So now you either have a guy or a girl, and those have their own separate features on there. So really, it's only 230 per male or female variant. So theoretically, you have to have, like, I did the math, and I still didn't even know the complete one because I still haven't even seen all the artwork yet. But you would have to have, like, 15 different bees in order to get a complete set, assuming you got, like, the full variants.
Wow,
plus there's some Easter eggs too. Yeah, there's some Easter eggs too. Like, we've been talking about having, like, a hidden queen bee, to rule them all in the mix. So, yeah, so it's like, who knows where that is? I have zero idea. So that's why I've been pretty transparent, like, for the source cred winners, for the Twitter winners, for the early developers. Like, I've been, like, placing, okay, when the winners are, this is your token ID. So So like that way you know it is, because it hasn't been generated yet. I have zero idea about that. So like the winners could get the most epic ones, and I don't even know. So that's I figure that's the best way to be as fair about it.
Absolutely.
You know, some artists have like XI Punks. There's very limited run. Obviously, they're working on like things with Gnosis Chain and other stuff like that. So they didn't give us as many bees, so there's fewer. So there's a lot more rares. So like the rarity meter is like, that's like a whole nightmare for me, figuring out this rarity meter, because I know day one, everybody's gonna know how rare is my item. So definitely something that I'm working on, and want to have that like on launch day. Like this is the scale, this is where it's at. And yeah, like I've been doing the budget as well for the entire project, and you know, obviously the artists get the biggest chunk of it. The primary thing behind that too was like, I mean, artists, like they're kind of like the unsung heroes of all these DAOs. Like they're your brandings. Like when someone's looking for, you know, where I'm going to go to DeFi or wherever I'm going to, like, just, you know, you're looking at so many projects in this crazy space. You know, you do one eye-catching logo that could change the game of how many users come your way, and that really gets underrepresented by the artists, because the artists really took their time and did a lot of things to like make this work. And we're like, oh yeah, here's $50, thanks for the logo. You know, and so like they're getting like the highest chunk of the whole project. And then obviously, you know, we're doing a buyback of honey, so it's going to be half paid in XI, half paid in honey, so then we could really push in the entire, you know, buy back some pressure on honey. I know we're hitting like a semi-bear market. We don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to bounce? Are we going to take off? Or are we just going to keep dumping? But you know, we're going to do a buyback of that, and then we're figuring what we're going to do with the partner communities. Oh, thank you. Gitcoin is also in the mix too. I just saw the name, so Gitcoin's on there too. So they have their Gitcoin robot bees. They're pretty cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah,
we're doing like a also partner, like 25% of what our budget is right now is going back to the communities in one way. Bright ID, you guys just completed a Bright ID honey. We'll be doing the same thing as well.
Awesome.
Shapeshift wanted us to buy back some tokens, so we're going to be buying Fox tokens. Agave wanted us to buy back Agave tokens and stake to have a little voting power. So I mean, these are the things that we're doing to give back. TEC is still in the works of, like, you know, making their own token and stuff. So we're just going to put that on hold. But it's more about, you know, really giving back to the community. It's like, hey, you know, we're here. You know, it's not always give me, but like let's work together. This is how we get stronger. Like DAOs unite.
100%, man.
Like that's how you make things happen. So by buying this bee, you know, you're ultimately supporting the artists, supporting your community, you know, and like you're helping us build a treasury so we can make a V2. You know, another big question I get is like, well, what's the roadmap? What's the
Moon Boys want roadmap.
Yeah. So like, you know, like any dev will tell you right now, they don't want to get stuck to a roadmap, because then they're like, you know, confined to that kind of thinking. But, you know, honestly, like if we start, you know, if we sell more than half, and I think we will, I mean, it's been pretty good feedback, is, you know, maybe a V2. Like when I first thought of this project, honestly, the first two projects I thought in my head was the XI Tigers and Cold Truth Culture. Those were the two like predominantly NFT projects that I've known for a long time. And unfortunately, like, you know, they were busy or they had other projects going on at the same time, so they couldn't really participate. But V2, you know, I'm looking at you guys just in case, you know, and then also adding some utility. I mean, this is far-fetched. This is, I mean, don't quote me on it. I mean, you can, but like, I would love to have a utility for the NFT of, like, you know, if you have this One Hive NFT or a future iteration of it, I mean, like you get a discount in swaps on HoneySwap, you know, instead of 0.03%, you know, 0.15%, you know, something like that. But I have to figure out a way to incentivize it to make sure it's not like, oh, we just made this NFT, do it. I got to be smart about it. You know, we have to, you know, talk to the community, what makes sense. But again, those are my future thoughts. You know, I'm not like, this is not a project where you see some anonymous names, you buy some NFTs and like, all right, peace, thanks, you know, and roll back as like 0x Billy with an IE. You know? Oh, it's not me, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's me. I'm here. I'm around. A lot of people kind of recognizing my name. You know, I'm fairly new. I think maybe April, May is when I figured it out. But yeah, man, like I'm excited for this project. I think it's a really cool, positive one. Like it's a fun project coming out of One Hive. We haven't seen anything major coming out other than Gardens. But you know, Gardens is cool for DAOs, and like I can forming this project managing. I'm like, should we create a DAO? And you know, I don't want to get too crazy into that, but I was like, I see the purpose. But our purpose right now is really kind of like in parallel One Hive TV, showing all the communities what we have. You know, we're going to be showcasing Bright ID. If you haven't been following the Twitter already, and we have that contest, a lot of information is going to be about Bright ID. Coming up next is going to be a GAV alpha. If you have any deposits in the GAV, it is very good for you guys to have a good chance to possibly win a bee. But we'll be having a contest in that for a GAV. And then next year, you know, Shapeshift is going to have a new product out, so we're going to be showcasing that. And you know, there's going to be contests towards that. So if we do sell out, this is going to be the only way to get a bee unless you're in a marketplace. So, yeah.
Well, in building these networks, I really like this idea. I mean, so many of these NFT projects are like, you know, they have their thing, and then they're you know, they're trying to generate hype in the audience on Twitter, excuse me, or Discord or wherever, to sort of, you know, get the people excited about what's going to be minted and get early minting and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. But in our case, you know, sort of leveraging the power of the communities that we're connected with, it just seems like a better, more sustainable route, because it's going to have a sort of the meaning of the NFT is it sort of intersects and combines all these different pieces of technology or communities. Yeah, and for people who don't know, I mean, I don't, you know, I on my somewhat lackluster machine here, I think I can see within OBS who is on the stream, and I just want to welcome folks again. Thank you for joining us and sticking around across the divide there for us to get our technical situation in order. But for those of you who don't know, right, Billy is doing project management as well as dev work on the NFTs, right? Like you're a technical person as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, if you learn of any DAOs, like with DAOs, like everything kind of like flatlines a little bit. I mean, somebody has to step up in order to make like things start moving.
Yeah.
And then once you start getting that momentum, then you know, people are like, hey, you know, that sounds cool. I don't want to call it bandwagon, but it's like, you know, we need some kind of momentum to keep moving forward.
Of course.
And then as soon as you lose that momentum, the project falls apart. I mean, how many projects have we seen? Great ideas, and then nothing happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So like, you know, it's been an experience, project managing, budgeting. You know, not everybody could be happy when we were doing the artwork. It was like, well, that art's not that good. Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
All right.
You know, but again, at the end of the day, we want the product to be like, you know, really good. We want people to look forward to buy it. And it's like, oh man, I got stuck with this stupid NFT. But that's not what we want. I mean, it's a One Hive product. We want to make sure it's a good quality product. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my camera's a little lagged here, but just in case, I'm going to try. I know I can't share a screen, but I'm going to do it from my phone, and hopefully somehow we see it. If not, I'll post it later with a watermark. But you know, just a quick demo. I mean, Atta's is like super awesome. Like, he has his 3D. He works for Disney, so he has like this crazy 3D one that was like amazing.
That is
I'm just
cool.
gonna like go through in there. Yeah, I'm gonna raise it. Hopefully, I got like a 30-second delay. But you know, it's just like what we want to do for the community. Like, it represents like the artist and what we're doing, and like they have a marketplace. If you really dig their art, like, I want to link it to their art so they can see it and, you know, just buy more of their art. Ultimately,
yeah,
like, this is awesome. Or like get more gigs, like the Uma thing. I forgot his name, but he was like all over Rohek's item.
Yes.
It's like, well, he's artist for hire, you know, so like that's exposure. You know, I don't want to say payment and exposure, but like now it's like, if you like their style, they can always reach out to you directly.
That's right, 100%.
Yeah.
The variety of them. When I said, and I said this the last time we were together, but when you go into the channel, so if you're on the stream right now, you should go over to the One Hive Discord, go down to, what is it? Is it under Canon, right? It's like a thread under Canon.
No, actually, we actually have our official channel now. We
are yes.
NFBees. Yeah.
Awesome.
We hit the big time, guys.
I'm glad to hear that, man, that you got your
Yeah. And then we're also on our website is live. We are, depending if we get everything generated sometime today, tomorrow, we are looking at a launch towards the end of the week. 24th, 25th, 26th. You know, nobody really wants to work on Christmas, but depending on how things go, how things look, it's you know, I don't want to be stressing out opening gifts. I'm like, oh man, you know, we're sold out.
I tell you, man, I can't. Yeah, my family will kill me.
Yeah, so you know, we're looking at that launch. I'm also going to be maybe don't quote me just yet, I got to verify, but we might be doing a Bright ID AMA and there might be some NFTs up for grabs there too. So definitely check out the Bright Idea Discord, check out their AMAs. So yeah, there's a lot of things planned in the works for promotional stuff. Now that we actually have some generated art coming our way, people are going to see it more. I'm testing it out on my Discord PFP pretty soon, so it'll be good. It'll be good. I'm excited, man. Like it's going to be really cool, and I'm excited to see what the secondhand market is, because I mean, the team only gets 2. We only get 2 each, so it's not like we're doing 10,000 drop and we're keeping 500. Right. We only get 2, so I have to buy the rest of my projects. And looking at them, I want this one, I want that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it because it's literally like a like those old gumball machines where you put in the quarter and you never know what you're going to get. Like that's exactly how it's going to be. We don't know which artist is coming first. It's not like this set is all gigas and this set is all zeros. Like it's all intermixed on there. So if you buy 10 in a row, you might get all 10 in a row. You might get 10 different ones. You might get an epic one. We just don't know. And then airdrops are hopefully happening this week once I get a full contract mint. They will be in larva form. Like if you look at my Discord profile picture, it's going to be in larva form. I don't want anybody to see what they're getting just yet until we actually launch. I'm not going to drag that out and be like secret thing. It's once we mint, it's going to be revealed.
Right. Yeah. But that's an important detail, right? So if people are either on the stream here or watching this, because I think we're going to try to push it out, separately. So we'll include. Well, what is the link? Is there a place now where people can sort of see the front end, where they'll be able to mint, or is that coming?
Oh yes, that basically it's the mint button is hidden. It's on nfbees with a z.xyz. You can definitely check it out. You can connect your wallet, have everything kind of ready to go. There's not going to be any approvals or anything. It's going to be using native XDAI. So once we go live, you can just literally click mint, and you'll be getting it up there. I'm thinking of capping it to a certain amount. Like as much as we want to sell out, we want to be fair too. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe, I'm just speculating some numbers. I'm going to test the gas on it, but maybe 25 max per mint on there, just so everybody gets a chance. People go to sleep sometimes and they wake up. I'm like, oh man, like all these Ethereum drops sold out in like 20 minutes by one guy buying them all. It's like, it's not fun. We want the community to have them. We want the community to use it. That's why we did so many things for Source Cred, for the early supporters, for all these things. Like it's what we're about, So, and then we're really hoping to give back to the community, like build a little bit more One Hive, let everybody know One Hive is here. It's awesome that curve thing yesterday. I didn't even know that was in the works. Like we should be like, it's amazing.
So what was it? Tell me more about the curve thing, man. I think.
Sam and I believe Enti were not Enti. Gosh, I can't remember. Gabby. Yeah. Both with I. They were contributors to some of the new curve DAOs. Like voting system. They're throwing in a little bit of the One Hive flavor in there.
The conviction.
Really liked it. Yeah.
This is always sweet. Okay, I'm this. So it's funny because like someone told me about that earlier, and you're saying it again now. I need to hook in with those guys because Gabby's had the brilliance of his idea being that if you can get some of these big treasury blue chip DeFi projects in particular to just carve out a little bit to do. It's basically like R&D. Like you're doing internal research, and you can use this other tool to see how you like it and see how it operates. And if you're sold on it, then communities. We have to talk about this earlier. Communities that have a garden, right? They have a vested interest in being a keeper on Celeste, and the way that you do that is by staking honey. Yeah. So we're saying if you're able to bring in these big DAOs and they get sold on gardens, it's positive also for honey, right? It sort of helps the ecosystem as a whole. Yeah. That's really awesome, man. I'll have to look into that.
Long story short, it was like the Curve guys was really what motivated me to even start coding. I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Like I was lucky enough to be one of the early visionaries of Curve and what they're doing. Yeah. But they were all Python and Brownie. I was like, I got lost. I'm not even gonna go that way. And then the second pusher was like, when is a Gob gonna launch? I'm gonna write this code myself.
Oh my
that was the whole thing too. So I was like, I'm gonna start learning Solidity, and I'm gonna write. I'm gonna build a GOV now because I'm tired of waiting.
But dude,
it
like
eventually arrives.
that attitude, but that attitude is that's crypto.
Yeah.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah.
who are willing to like, because for me, I mean, I may wish that I could do that, but I've also written off coding.
Yeah.
My man, I will never learn to code.
Oh man, it's never too late. It's never too late.
Yeah, but it's like, you know,
you got to find that moment. You got to find that moment in yourself. Like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And like for me, I mean, just going off target here at NFB. Like for me, it was I spent all my free time coding consistently. Like I sat down. Like I would say maybe 2 years ago, I tried to do it, and I was JavaScript. So I sat down in JavaScript, and like you get stuck in like this. Like it had nothing to do with like blockchain. I'm like, well, what does it have to do with anything? This sucks. Like you get stuck in like just trying to learn stuff, and you don't get to build anything. It like it's not motivating. I mean, just like for any dev out there or anybody that's like just starting, just build something, man. Even if it sucks, I'm embarrassed with my stuff. I've even made mistakes on this project, like with Luigi going through the contract. I was so burnt out because I was doing the front end. And I'm like, oh man, there's this bug in this code, Luigi. And he's like, no, just stop, don't click that button. Like, just push this button. I felt like such an idiot. But I mean, we all make mistakes. I'm tired, I'm burnt out. So I'm like, all right, let me take a day off. And came back refreshed.
Yeah.
But like, it's just part of the process, man. Like, nobody's perfect. You see these hacks. Everybody's out here trying, you know?
That's right.
Out here trying.
That's right, man. But I hear you on that. Like, it's being able to have the skills to contribute that kind of value. If you want to be in crypto, that's the way to make it through the bear market. You can't hodl some fucking coin. Excuse me. I guess I should probably not drop F-bombs on stream. I don't know, man. I see a Christmas tree in the back there. Yeah. I should probably not be dropping F-bombs, my man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got the headphones. I can be quiet.
Baby Jesus is going to be upset with me. Okay. You hear what I'm saying? It's like if you're holding in your bags, it's going to be hard. That's where the McDonald's hat comes in, right? But it's like if you can, I'm saying for me, I don't. My brain doesn't work well. I mean, like I like logic and debate and these sort of, but and in some ways that's what seems to underlie coding. But the mathematical side of it, I'm not that strong at. I'm better at doing a stream, you know.
Well,
doing some video.
I mean,
everybody got to find what you can do, right?
Yeah.
Find what you're good at.
How well like it's going to come together, but I've been taking notes of this project journey. And I've been debating, like, do I want to have like a kind of a on-training class on like, what is it, Morphosis or Metamorphosis? I mean, these channels names are so crazy in the One Hive, but like just have like a training of like how I did it, like built it, and you know, go through it. Like I started with a token one, and that seemed to take off pretty well. Like people like deploying their own token on chain, and then how to use that tool. So like how to build your NFT project, like how do you do that, and like. But that I'm helping more developers help me build version 2. And then if we do well, then I'll have a budget to actually pay people to do version 2. So that would be phenomenal, because just carrying all that on my shoulders, like I think like all of November, like my back hurt because I was hunched over on a keyboard literally every day of every free moment before I went to sleep, like just hunched. And I was like, no one was telling me, you know, a posture check, you know. It was one of those like, oh man, my back hurts. So I was like, all right, I got to take a break. But like, you know, Monday through Sunday, I was just in front of a machine, back end, front end, not front end, front end. We're talking about foul language. But yeah. Anyways, I'm ranting. You know, people are here. They want to win some NFB, the last one for One Hive live stream. You know, let's put the wallet in. I'm debating on putting a wallet in myself because I only get 2, and I'm like, man, I don't want to buy all these.
All right, man, let's do it. I'm gonna get mine too. I haven't entered one yet, but if there's this last one we got available, we're gonna do it up. Okay, everybody. So we're gonna drop our OX in the chat. Is that right, Billy?
Yeah. Drop it in the chat. The Twitch. Let's see what we got. Let's see who's paying attention. All right. I only see one, so that might be really good odds.
It's me.
Yeah, I know. Could be a grand winner, because people just join. They're gonna say, "Hey, where's my PO out?" But they didn't. They missed the whole thing right here. It's like, yeah, you got to play to win.
Hey, man. You know, it's funny.
Here we go.
Here we go.
50% chance now. That's it. Let's see. I'm looking at the stream clock. I'm gonna give it like another 45 seconds or so. before we take the screenshot, and we'll just pick like a random one on there for all fairness.
Sounds good, man.
No,
Just
Dosh is like a multi-winner, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a multi-winner because last time he was like the only one. Now the odds just went to 33%. You know? That's it. It's like my APY is dropping. Okay, this is horrible. Keep it off.
End the stream.
Oh, look! I say co-op and people are going nuts already. Look at them. I don't understand it, guys. I don't understand it, guys. Please, somebody explain it to me.
I want to. That needs to be captured though. What I want to do is make a video. You know, it's just a clip where it shows you and I on the stream or whatever, and you say the word POAP, and it's just ding, 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 ding. Like somehow people just appear in chat. You know, they're lurking. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, it's like opening a bag of chips at school or something. Oh man. All right. I mean, I think we're gonna cut it with the 3. I was just joking about putting my wallet. I secretly did, but you know what? I'm gonna buy my own. I'm gonna keep it real. So we have a 33% chance. I mean, we're not doing a live stream next week. We're not till next year. So let's. What's the best way to do it? Like random.org or something, or?
Yeah.
Oh, we got another one. Oh man, he took the pop off his head. He's ready. 25% chance now. All right, let me just random.org this here. I know you guys can't see.
Yeah, do it up, man.
You know my street cred's on the line for honesty, I guess. Most people know I'm
we
a
trust
guy.
Implicitly. Yes. It's funny, man. While you're doing that, one of the first projects I had initially sort of pitched informally to Gabby when this was like early summer, was because Gabby created a bunch of ETH, I forget what it's called. It's not ETH, Scaffold ETH, no. Yeah. One of his ETH developer courses, and he had a whole bunch of footage of him doing like a live lesson.
Oh yeah.
And so what I wanted to do, I said, look, man, I had done instructional design work before. I was like, let me just take these videos and I'll just extract the key moments and we'll make a curriculum out of this stuff. But if you had, we can revisit this. All I'm saying is I wanted to share that with you before I forgot. Like in Morphosis, there's some really cool work that I think could be done. And even if you have something in mind there, we could find a way to make that happen in the future.
This is our winner.
Who is it?
Intentional. If I destroyed your name, sorry about that. But that is the winner for today.
Sweet.
Congrats, man. Or lady, however you are. I'll put this on there.
Airdrop incoming.
And I'm hoping to have this airdropped, fingers crossed, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we launch. I want to do one more testing. Once we have all the full artwork, I'm going to do a closed beta testing to make sure that everything works on X Diagnosis. I want to let everybody know that we're on Gnosis. They've been playing this like secret Twitter game. I don't know, like when are we going to keep the secret? Like, when are we going to announce stuff? So, tune in. There's going to be a lot more competitions, a lot more. Learn about the DAOs. If you check the website and you know about DAOs, start getting involved. There's going to be like a lot of, prizes for the early supporters. Like, you don't have to jump through all the hoops because you're already there. And we're going to try to make them kind of quick. So, congrats, Mark. Congrats. So
cheers, Mark.
Just keep checking the channel, check out OneHive, check out everything they got, because we're going to try to showcase everything and reward random winners for things that people have been doing. All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you also for everybody for joining us today. Hope we provided some infotainment, we'll put it that way, right? And for NFBees, we'll look forward to chatting again, man. We're gonna, again, for everybody, we're not gonna have a stream next Monday, but the one after. So at that point in time, you'll certainly be live. If Billy, if you want to come back and share the latest, give a status update, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. One thought is maybe doing an AMA. We're gonna, we can't let UMA outshine us. We might have to make it rain NFTs or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, happy holidays to everybody as well. Stay safe and be well. And we'll see everybody, I guess, in like 2 weeks then.
All right. Have a good one,
Cheers,
guys.
everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Cheers, everybody.